Welcome to Jamaica Bulletin Board, where we keep you in the loop on the news at the current time. To stay informed, press the thumbs up button, subscribe and hit the notification bell to never miss an upload. Now let's get going. In the news today, a fatal police shooting occurred this morning in Park Lane, St. Andrew, leaving the community in shock. The deceased has been identified as Javon Heat, who was reportedly shot inside his home around 8:40 a.m. Residents have alleged that the incident was an act of cold-blooded killing, sparking tensions in the area. The Independent Commission of Investigations, INDECOM, is currently on the scene to investigate the circumstances surrounding the shooting. As of March 13th, INDECOM had recorded 64 police fatal shootings this year, highlighting ongoing concerns about the use of force by law enforcement. A heavy police presence remains in the area as investigations continue. The police have always defended the numbers by pointing to the fact that they have to engage more with criminals and naturally will come under fire more often, resulting in more casualties to gang members and less violent attacks by gang members against innocent members of society. The statistics could not be any other way. Protecting groundwater. Sophia Roden, Senior Environmental Officer at the Water Resources Authority, WRA, is championing the protection of Jamaica's vital groundwater resources, which provide 84% of the country's fresh water used for drinking, agriculture, and irrigation. Groundwater sources are increasingly threatened by saline intrusion, often caused by overpumping wells and rising sea levels linked to climate change. To combat this, Roden highlights key measures, including responsible garbage disposal to prevent contaminants from seeping into aquifers, rainwater harvesting to reduce dependency on groundwater, and encouraging sustainable agricultural practices like the use of natural pesticides and maintaining soil health. The WRA is working to raise public awareness about the shared responsibility of safeguarding these resources for the future. Garbage issue in Montego Bay. Mayor Richard Vernon has intensified his calls for residents of St. James, particularly Montego Bay, to improve waste management practices as the city grapples with increasing littering. He warned that careless garbage disposal poses severe risks, including pest infestations, blocked drainage systems, and heightened flooding during heavy rains, all of which could lead to a health crisis. Vernon lamented the financial toll of cleanup efforts on the municipal budget, which could otherwise be used for community improvements. Highlighting the chronic issues caused by dumping waste in gullies and throwing trash from vehicles, he pushed for stricter enforcement of anti-littering laws. Vernon also emphasized community engagement, urging citizens to develop a sense of civic pride in keeping their city clean. Negril's decline. Concern is growing among hoteliers and business leaders in Negril over the resort town's worsening cleanliness. Senior hotelier Daniel Grizzle described the situation as alarming, calling Negril filthy and criticizing the lax enforcement of cleanliness regulations. The main boulevard, a critical artery for tourism, has suffered from neglect, with garbage buildup and lack of regular maintenance undermining Negril's reputation as a world-class destination. Stakeholders are urging the government and local authorities to act swiftly by implementing stricter penalties for littering and ramping up cleanup efforts. Despite the challenges, Grizzle and others acknowledged the hard work of local sweepers and volunteers who continue to do their part in maintaining the town's appearance. Protecting groundwater sources. Sophia Roden, Senior Environmental Officer at the Water Resources Authority, WRA, has emphasized the critical need for Jamaicans to protect the island's groundwater from saline intrusion. Groundwater accounts for 84% of Jamaica's fresh water, used for drinking, agriculture, and irrigation. Saline intrusion, often caused by sea level rise and overpumping of wells, threatens the quality and availability of these resources. Roden highlighted the importance of proper garbage disposal and waste management to prevent pollutants from contaminating water sources. She also encouraged rainwater harvesting as a sustainable practice to reduce reliance on groundwater. Farmers were advised to adopt natural pest control methods and maintain soil integrity to minimize runoff and erosion, which can degrade water quality. These measures are vital for ensuring the long-term sustainability of Jamaica's water resources. Trinidad's new PM, Stuart Young, has been sworn in as Trinidad and Tobago's 8th Prime Minister ahead of upcoming general elections. Meanwhile, A 31-year-old security guard, Tashawn Farquharson, from St. Andrew, has been charged with multiple offenses, including larceny of a motor vehicle, malicious destruction of property, and uttering forged documents. The charges stem from an incident in January 2025 when Farquharson rented a 2016 Toyota Corolla for 3 days but failed to return it on the agreed date. The vehicle's owner tracked it to Patrick City in St. Andrew, but only the tracking device was found at the location. The matter was reported to the police. Subsequently, Farquharson attempted to rent another vehicle from the same complainant, this time using a driver's license with his photo but under a different name. During this transaction, the complainant contacted the police, leading to Farquharson's arrest. He was formally charged after a question-and-answer session conducted in the presence of his attorney. His court date is currently being finalized. Schoolboy stabbing in Manchester. 2 15-year-olds are charged with attacking a schoolboy in Christiana, facing wounding with intent charges. The Department of Correctional Services, DCS, in Jamaica has launched a Positive Behavior Management Standard Operating Procedures, SOP, manual aimed at transforming juvenile correctional facilities into spaces of rehabilitation rather than punishment. This initiative was unveiled at the Rio Cabra Juvenile Correctional Center in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, with the support of the Ministry of National Security and UNICEF. The manual provides a structured, evidence-based approach to managing behavior in these facilities. It emphasizes proactive strategies to prevent disruptive behaviors, peaceful conflict resolution, and the use of positive reinforcement techniques. The goal is to create a safe and supportive environment that fosters personal growth and reduces the likelihood of reoffending. Minister of State in the Ministry of National Security, Juliette Cuthbert-Flynn, highlighted that this modern approach moves away from punitive measures and focuses on shaping behavior through guidance and support. She noted that the manual aligns with the National Correctional Services Policy, NCSP, Green Paper, which prioritizes rehabilitation services for offenders. This initiative also includes a review of key legislation, such as the Child Diversion Act, to ensure that juvenile offenders have structured opportunities for reintegration into society. The manual represents a significant step towards meaningful and lasting change in Jamaica's juvenile correctional system. Dionne Warwick's upcoming performance. The legendary singer Dionne Warwick is set to headline the Timeless concert series at Plantation Cove in St. and on March 29th. Warwick expressed her love for Jamaican audiences and shared memories of working with reggae icons like Sly and Robbie. Conjoined twins to receive surgery. Jamaican conjoined twins Azaria and Azora Elson are heading to Saudi Arabia for a life-changing separation surgery. The procedure is being funded by the Saudi government, with support from Jamaica's Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Immigration officer to stand trial. Monique Misha Escalante, an immigration officer accused of extorting a Jamaican national, will face trial at the High Court in June. The case involves allegations of demanding money at the Philip Goldson International Airport. Income tax threshold increase. Finance Minister Fayval Williams revealed plans to gradually raise the income tax threshold to $2 million over 3 years, starting with an increase to $1.8 million on April 1. Budget Debate 202*. Finance Minister Fayval Williams outlined the 2025-26 budget, emphasizing a focus on fiscal responsibility. She highlighted plans to fund the budget with $949.5 billion in tax revenues and $139.8 billion in non-tax revenues. Constitutional reform discussions. Government Senator Apga Fitz-Henley criticized opposition leader Mark Golding for allegedly derailing the constitutional reform process. This has sparked debates about the future of governance in Jamaica. Public sector wage negotiations. The government has begun wage talks with public sector unions for a new contract period. Finance Minister Fayval Williams confirmed receiving 11 claims so far, as the current contract period ends on March 31. Audrey Marks, recently appointed as Minister without portfolio in the Office of the Prime Minister, has emphasized her dedication to modernizing Jamaica's public sector through digital transformation. Her goal is to streamline government services, making them more accessible and user-friendly for all Jamaicans. This initiative is part of a broader strategy to enhance efficiency, innovation, and transparency within the public sector. Marks served as Jamaica's ambassador to the United States and has an illustrious career in the private sector. She has expressed a particular focus on leveraging technology to support entrepreneurs and the Jamaican diaspora, ensuring that digitalization benefits a wide range of stakeholders. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has highlighted the importance of this agenda, noting that reducing bureaucratic hurdles and improving service delivery are critical for national growth. Mark's appointment aligns with the government's broader Aspire strategy, which aims to foster inclusive growth, infrastructure development, and economic diversification. This push for digitalization is expected to address long-standing challenges in accessing essential services, such as delays and inefficiencies, while also promoting greater accountability within government operations. Let me know if you'd like to explore any specific aspects of this initiative further. In the weather today, a cold front is expected to impact Jamaica starting Monday evening, according to the Meteorological Service of Jamaica. This weather system is predicted to bring cooler than normal temperatures, gusty winds, and periods of showers, particularly affecting northern parishes. The front is moving in from the Western Caribbean and is likely to influence weather conditions into Tuesday morning. Residents are advised to prepare for these changes, especially those in areas prone to flooding, as the showers could lead to localized flooding in some regions. It's also a good idea to keep warm clothing handy, as temperatures are expected to dip below the usual levels. In sports, Sabina Park upgrade. The Jamaica Cricket Association, JCA, is expecting a new scoreboard for Sabina Park within the next 4 weeks. This upgrade is part of preparations for Australia's visit this summer. CPL franchise talks. Discussions are advancing for a Caribbean Premier League (CPL) franchise to return to Jamaica. The JCA president, Dr. Donovan Bennett, is optimistic about government support for this initiative. Jamaica Women's Premier League, defending champions Fraziers Whip FC and Los Perfectos FC are set to clash in the Jamaica Women's Premier League. Both teams have started the season strong, with perfect records so far. Cavalier FC victory. Cavalier FC rebounded from their CONCACAF Champions Cup loss with a 1-0 win over Dunbeholden in the Jamaica Premier League. Dwayne Atkinson scored the winning goal, marking Cavaliers' 12th win of the season. In entertainment news, Skeng, Tommy Lee Sparta, and Nicki Minaj collaboration. The trio has teamed up for a high-energy track titled Disappear Season. This song blends dancehall, hip-hop, and gothic elements, showcasing the unique styles of each artist. It's already making waves, hitting #1 on the reggae iTunes chart in the USA. Mystic Tammy's Reggae Reflection. France-based broadcaster Mystic Tammy has sparked a conversation about the decline of reggae's prominence in Jamaica. She compared its reception in Jamaica to its reverence in countries like Gambia, where reggae remains a dominant cultural force. Maxi Priest honored. Reggae veteran Maxi Priest was recently inducted into the Jamaica Music Museum Hall of Fame at the 2025 Reggae Gold Awards. He expressed gratitude for this recognition and reflected on his deep connection to Jamaica. Well, that's all for now, folks. See you in the next upload of Jamaica News Bulletin. Walk good and job bless.